14 hard, awful descriptions. 1 clue each, 12 seconds, 1 point for every answer. No second hints. Let's play. A loyal employee is fired for being found beside someone else's crime, then drinks herself insensible while defending the man who discarded her. Winky. She is punished for failing to contain her employer's hidden son, internalizes the dismissal as personal disgrace, and self-medicates while remaining loyal to the family that used her. A widowed publisher builds a career on unbelievable truths, then sells 3 teenagers to fascists when they take his daughter. Xenophilius Lovegood. The fringe publisher who publicly supports Harry reverses himself after Luna is kidnapped, trading the trio's location for the chance to recover her. An abused woman wins a wealthy stranger by chemically removing consent, then stops dosing him and discovers marriage had terms. Merip Riddle. She escapes her violent family by enchanting Tom Riddle, becomes pregnant, then loses him when the coercion ends. Their abandoned son becomes Voldemort. An abused servant weaponizes his owner's exact wording, engineers the heir's death, then switches loyalties when the next owner offers basic respect. Creature. Sirius's contempt and careless orders let him aid the fatal trap. Harry later earns his loyalty by hearing Regulus's story and treating him as a person. A teacher collects promising children for social leverage, then falsifies his recollection after answering the worst follow-up question in history. Horace Slughorn. He cultivates talented pupils as future contacts, then alters his memory to hide the conversation that taught young Tom Riddle how far a soul could be divided. A teenage zealot discovers his leader's immortality project runs on disposable servants, so he defects by staging a fatal burglary. Regulus Black. Discovering what Voldemort did to Creature turns the young recruit against him. Regulus steals a Horcrux, orders its destruction, and dies before learning it was replaced. A war veteran spends decades blamed for murdering his employers. Then the actual killer returns and murders him for overhearing the sequel. Frank Bryce. The innocent gardener lives under village suspicion after the Riddle murders, only to interrupt Voldemort planning Harry's death and become his next victim. A wealthy collector shows priceless relics to a charming salesman who murders her, steals them, and frames the elderly help. Hepzibah Smith. Tom Riddle flatters the collector into displaying 2 Founder's relics, kills her, steals both, and plants a false confession in her servant Hokey. An aristocrat is disowned for marrying the wrong man, then raises her grandson after the war kills nearly everyone she chose instead. Andromeda Tonks. The Black Sister rejects blood supremacy for Ted, loses him, Tonks, and Lupin during the war, then raises their orphaned son, Teddy. A teacher argues that civilians are people, which earns her a dinner invitation where she is the only item on the menu. Charity Burbage. Her public defense of Muggles makes her Voldemort's captive and ideological exhibit. He kills her above his followers' table and feeds her body to Nagini. A Resistance recruit converts a dead colleague's headquarters into personal inventory, proving grief moves faster when the silverware is unattended. Mundungus Fletcher. The petty criminal remains useful to the Order, but after Sirius dies, he steals Black family property from headquarters and sells it wherever he can. A resentful barman spends decades blaming his celebrated brother for their sister's death, then quietly rescues the children, completing that brother's war. Aberforth Dumbledore. He never forgives Albus for Ariana's death, yet his pub, hidden passage, and practical interventions keep Harry's resistance alive when Albus's plans cannot. A wartime leader manufactures public safety while losing the government, then dies protecting the teenager whose endorsement he tried to exploit. Rufus Scrimgeour. He pressures Harry to become the Ministry's symbol while masking strategic failure, but under torture refuses to reveal Harry's location and is killed. A fugitive becomes the school's best teacher by imprisoning his predecessor and using the curriculum to groom one student for murder. The answer is Bartemius Crouch Jr., Barty Crouch Jr. Count your score out of 14. 11 or more is deep cut territory. Tell us how you did.
Subscribe for more fast quizzes from Magic Quiz Club and pick your next challenge on screen.